Welcome to the Ironman VR World Championship celebration and the Kona Week Daily Show. Aola Mao, keep on living. I'm your host, Michael Lovato. Today, of course, joined by my co-host, Didi Griesbauer. And Didi, it is day 2 of Celebration Week here in Kona. What are your impressions so far?
Well, I really do feel, Michael, like I'm right in the middle of the Kona race week, but the actuality is I'm sitting 9 feet away from you in the BCC studios in Boulder, Colorado.
It may look like we're right next to each other and in Kona, but the reality of it is we are actually in the studio, as you said, spaced apart. Here we are, and look, we cannot high five. So super amazing the way that this virtual world has us coming to you.
It's finally race week, Michael. It's been 27 weeks of virtual racing. We've done 5 structured blocks of training through the Kona VR series. More than 5,000 athletes registered for the full 146-mile challenge. Some athletes doing it in 7 days, some athletes doing it in 3 days, and some athletes registered for the 17-hour competitive format for this Ironman VR World Championship celebration. And even though these athletes, these racers can't physically be in Kona, they are there in more than just spirit. Take a look at this, guys. Their names are up in lights, splashed across the side of the race host hotel, the Courtyard by Marriott King Kamehameha Kona Beach Hotel. How amazing is that? Every athlete's name up there on the wall.
That's so cool. And look, there it is. So just zoom in on inside that M dot, and you're going to see all those names. Every one of you 5,000 plus folks here that are racing. So cool stuff. But we are fortunate enough to have the man himself, Roderick Sewell, on the show. Roderick, it is so great to see you. How you feeling, my friend?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, absolutely.
Roderick, I look back at that video. I remember back to last year's race, sitting up in the commentary booth in the closing hours of the race, watching you cross that finish line, tears streaming down my face. Literally the most amazing thing I have ever seen in sport. Mark Allen said on our broadcast last week that you crossing that finish line was the most powerful and touching moment in his favorite memory in Ironman World Championship history. Looking back on that footage, number one, what did that experience mean for you? But what does it mean to you that your accomplishment, your achievement on the Big Island last year had such impact on so many other people?
For Mark Allen to say that about me is pretty amazing. And honestly, anybody who's done an Ironman knows, regardless of how you do it, is life-changing. And it's been that since the event.
Theme of community and Ohana just keeps coming up, and it will continue to come up over and over. One of the things that it makes me think of, I know you'd agree, is some of the traditions that have just taken root in Ironman, and one of them pretty awesome. Years back, sort of a group called the Iron Gents formed up under the guidance of the amazing Bill Bell. Bill Bell, if you don't know his story or anything about the Iron Gents, you are should prepare yourself rather for a treat. Check this out, Bill Bell, he's amazing.
Bill was close friends with Jim Ward and with a lot of the other older athletes. And he just felt that, we need to form our own club, the Iron Gents. He started it in Kona. It was a little get-together. They'd go to dinner. And it just got bigger and bigger. I spoke to that group last year. I think it was 250 people there. The numbers have gone through the roof in terms of number of older participants. And so much of that is because of Bill Bell and his belief that this sport changes lives for the better. The older you get, the more you need it. In his 50s, his doctor told him, I'm a little concerned. You're a little chunky. Maybe you should run a little bit. He was at the airport, and he saw a guy with an Ironman finisher shirt on. He went up to him and said, "What's that?" He says, "Well, it's the Ironman Triathlon World Championships over on the Big Island." This is like the early 80s. And so Bill got into triathlon in his late 50s, and from 50 through 90, he was an avid triathlete. Those people watching at home who are going, gosh, I'm 60 years old and I don't think I can do anything anymore, and they see somebody doing a 140.6 mile race under the toughest conditions on the planet, it changes their perception of themselves. And that's really what the Iron Gents is all about, is there's no reason to stop. Keep doing what you love doing, because it'll keep you young. So this year, unfortunately, we lost Bill Bell at the amazing age of 97. And it's a testament to the fact that our sport changes life and is the fountain of youth. He lived the most amazing life. He lived until he was 97 years old, and he did everything that he wanted to do. He traveled the world, he raced everywhere, but his favorite thing was starting Iron Gents and being the original Iron Gent. And it's a sad day when we lose the original Iron Gent.
All finishers are winners. To finish, you do win. You always wish you could do something better, but that's what you want to do. You want to come across that line and say, hey, I'm an Ironman.
That's right. The original Iron Gent, Bill Bell. I think we've all been touched in one way or another by his spirit and his determination, inspiration. A whole other piece that really truly is the backbone, the essence of our sport. It's the giving, the folks that we call volunteers. And it's not cliche to say we couldn't do it without them. We could not do it without the volunteers. They give selflessly, and they give everything for us to have a great experience and a safe experience. Have a look at this, our volunteers.
As a big family, we include everybody in our family, including 5,500 volunteers, the athletes, their families, and all the community and friends that come. It's one of the largest families you can think of, and everybody belongs to it.
4:38, 24:10, 17:52, 12:58, 17:50.
So proud. Ironman is absolutely an incredible experience. I'm so honored to be helping these athletes.
Yeah, very excited to be here. This is my first Ironman. It's a lot of effort, but I'm happy to be here.
We're so glad to be here representing the Boy Scouts of America. We're here serving our community with Ironman. It's a great time.
This is everything for us. It inspires me to see these guys giving it everything they can. See them on the way out and then on the way back. They're absolutely dying. And here I am just dousing them in water, and they still have the time to say, thank you so much. We appreciate it. So this is everything. I'm pumped to be here.
We love it. We love seeing the athletes. We love seeing how strong they are, like every single size, every single race. All races, all sexes, all ages. I love.